So, welcome back, everybody. Welcome, testing, testing. So, Parsha Teitzei, wrapping up. This is crazy Parsha. A lot of mitzvos in it, I think the most. And there's an interesting idea making a roof when you get a new house, build a new house. Well, kind of obvious. You should have a door also. You have a roof. You go on the roof. You should have a gate, a makkah around the gag so you don't fall down. Go up to your roof. You're drying your fruits or using storage, put a roof around it. Okay. Marianheim has an interesting idea where not just physically a house, it's not just physically a roof, but it's to put machshava on top of your head. Um, when you have a house, when you have bracha, there's certain danger. Anything happens in the world, there's a certain danger. You take it the wrong way. You can take a bracha and say, it's all me. I don't have to thank Hashem. It's all my work. And the other way around, chas v'shalom. Leilenu, as we say, something bad happens, we attribute to the wrong places. You know what? This guy is a jerk. This guy is a horrible coworker. He's a horrible person in shul. This verse is terrible. It's always someone else's fault. We have to understand it's really everything's from Hashem. Everything's from Hashem. The brachas from Hashem. Things that don't look good are from Hashem. And the worst thing is to attribute it to something other than Hashem. Without Hashem allowing it to happen, without Hashem really willing it to happen, you know, it's not a person can't do anything. A person can't do anything without Hashem wanting it to happen. And everything, whether it's something good or something bad, there's all mashava behind it. And this is the idea of putting a roof around the bias, physically and spiritually. Because physically, let's start there. If you're building a house for the wrong, not for doing the right thing, you create an ayin hara. If you put something defined, you put boundaries around something, you're kind of creating perhaps Ein Hara. That's why we don't count people, we don't count Jews, not one, not two, not three. We say in Hebrew, Shisamecha. We don't put a finite number or finite uh, number on things. We're limiting the bracha. It's kind of the Ein Hara. Therefore, when it comes to bracha, when it comes to a house in particular, when we're building a house, when you're living in a house, whatever you're doing in your house, be careful because again, you're putting yourself in a danger of Ein Hara if you don't kind of think about Hashem in the right way. It's Hashem's house. This is why we have a Chanukah Sabayis, as Maranaim says, and mezuzah. Go into the house. Remember, God is in the house. Not just Hashem is in the Beis Medrash. Hashem is on the way to Shul. Hashem's in Shul. Hashem's in Shiva. Hashem's in the house. Look at the house as a place of kedusha, a place that is supposed to be bracha from Hashem. If we think of God the right way, and then spiritually, we think about machshava first. A person is like a house, and the Mabitaman has this idea. What's interesting, he quotes the Ir Giborim, saved from the Kli Yakar. The interesting question, because the Torah says when you build a new house, put a roof around it, which is a little strange. The Torah should have said when you have a house, or even if you don't have a house, you have an apartment building, you have an apartment, you should have a roof around the house. What is special about having a roof, and why a new house? That's a pretty good question. Now, the Irgiborim, Sefer the Kliyaka, which I have a copy of from about 300 years old, uh, I went to this morning to try to find it, and I couldn't find it. So I got to look again. Again, it's 300-year-old Sefer. The letter's not that clear. Maybe it's a reference somewhere in the piece, but I'm going to look again and try to find it. But again, the question is why a new house? So the Kli Yakar, the Sefer Yer Giborim, says we're not talking about a house anymore. We're talking about you, you, yes, you. I'm talking about you. When a person rolls around for El and Tishrei, you're new. You're the new house. You're new. You're building up again. And even if you don't have a house or an apartment or whatever you're living, Doesn't matter because every year rolls around and you're the new house. You're the new person. Um, we have this feeling after the Chagim, we're hischachus, we're brand new. We're starting the year new. And, people go to the mikvah right for Rosh Hashanah. They feel a certain newness, certain hischachus. And that's really kind of what we're getting for. And the month of El, the Hasidic world, Kedush Levi calls it the month of Hachana, Chodesh Hachana, preparing. If you had opening day of your house, you build a new house, and you want to invite people to look at the house, you're cleaning up and getting things ready, and you kind of shining things up. And this is really what we want to do. How do you prepare yourself for the new year? And the Rabbinim brings down the Chidah. One way is to protect yourself with a makkah, meaning a roof around the a gate around the roof. A roof is danger. That's what we want to do. We want to think about gates around dangerous things for ourselves, spiritual wise. This month, what are triggers for us that gets us to do, makes us go Averos? What are some of the things? Um, Too much time on the internet. Maybe you are too much time in shul. Then we get to talk. Maybe whatever it is, whatever we're doing. What are some of the triggers? One of the things, I'm not too ashamed to say it, is that I get angry sometimes at work. Things aren't got juggling a lot of things, and you get angry at work, and it's one of those things. This week, I kind of was rude to one of my workers. I had to apologize. Jay, you're okay. Still, it's one of those things. And one of the things that works some of the times is preparing better. So if I spend a lot of time preparing for the week on a Sunday or the morning before the work start. Again, I don't want to think about work on Sunday or Shabbos, obviously, but if I don't really prepare Sunday, Monday rolls around and I'm all over the place and things aren't going well and I get angry and I get rude and that's not a good place. So everyone's got their things. Everyone's got things to work on. Everyone's got things that trigger them. The key is to put gates around those things. What can I do to safeguard so I don't get into bad places? And this is what the Chida, this is what Biederman brings down, is the gate around the roof of dangerous places. This is what we want to do. And he goes on to say an interesting idea is another mitzvah in the parsha is weights. So we have this about keeping weights that are not the right sizes. A kilogram, you have one for 9/10 of a kilo, and you use that as a weight. So when you're selling coleslaw or pickles or something, instead of giving the customer a full kilo, you're giving them really zero point 0.9 or 0.95. So okay, we know you can't steal. That's an easy one. And okay, so if you can't steal, you can't use weights when you're working. You can't cheat people with weights. I get that. But there's a lot of having the weights. So meaning if you have a scale that's broken, you don't use it. Just having it is a lot in the Torah, which is bus v'chalav. You own a pig. It's treif, but I can own it. Bus v'chalav, I can have it in the house. Technically, something's treif in the house. I can do business with it. There's a lot to hold a weight that's off by a tiny amount. And again, another question, which is strange because again, if it's off by zero point 0.0 of a kilo, it's less than a pruta. Is it really stealing? What's the safeguard about holding a weight if stealing with it is not that great? What's the point there? And Biederman brings down that he brings I think the Chassam Sofer is a person gets used to little amounts of being not honest, and that grows. A person says, you know what, okay, I'm working, okay, take a quick bathroom break, I'm remote, I don't have to be there the whole time. I can go down in here, I'll take a break. At 8 hours they expect me to work. Yeah, yeah, no one's checking. Few minutes here, few minutes here. It's just 10 minutes, just taking a pencil, whatever, just taking a pen. Not that big a deal. Post-it note, whatever it is. Small amounts. You know something? These things add up. It's dangerous to have a weight that's off by a penny is all it's dangerous. Why? Because I will come to rationalize. Steal a penny. What's the big deal? Well, you know something? These things add up. Yes, you're stealing a penny, but if you get in the habit of doing this over and over and over again, these things add up. Stealing $1 every hour adds up. Stealing time, doing promising X and delivering X amount of work, it's nothing. It adds up, and this is dangerous. Trafe, stay away from that. That we know. Shotness, that we know. We're not gonna be not dangerous. That's not dangerous. But keeping a scale and a weight that's so off, a person gonna say, it's not that big a deal. It's not so important. That's something that grows. And this is why Rabino brings down this idea is that big Averos we know to stay away from. It's the small little pieces that we need to build these gates around. And that's why we have a gate around stealing. The gate around stealing is not to own a weight or a scale that's off by anything. And that's this gate. And that's this idea. Again, it's not just building a roof on your building. It's not just having um, putting a cover on something dangerous. It's a little bit more than that. What in your life? What are your triggers as we get into El? We got to look ourselves in the mirror. Although I tell people it's not El yet. It's just for Spartan. It's El. It's not El for us yet. El another 3 weeks will be El for the Ashkenaz people. But the truth is, it's not a bad time to think this. Reading this at the hotel this morning, we just came back. These some of the things. Avaris, yes, we stay away from those. But what are the triggers? We got to kind of a little prepare. Put this roof, put this gate, safeguards around these things that kind of trigger us up. And that's what we want to kind of look at and work on as we prepare for Tishrei. And with that, Shabbat Shalom.